Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Ask Gurudev Anything on Mind and Consciousness. Live with Gurudev, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And Siri Ravi Shankar? I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. Anyways, this was a request. To do a request, if you have a request, please leave the title, the YouTube channel, and the length of the video. You could leave the link, but occasionally YouTube does flag it as held for review. So you could leave the link, and if it works, that's great, because I don't have to find it then. But to be safe, a comment is a comment, even if you just leave the title and the video and all that. But anyways, let's go and get started. I've never seen this guy before, so let's go ahead and give him a shot. Mind and consciousness.
The topic for today's AGA is mind and consciousness. The first question we received
I hope he's a lot louder.
is from Bill Herman. He asks, what is the difference between the mind and consciousness? Where is the mind and where is the consciousness?
Well,
Oh God, it's loud.
mind is just a wave of the consciousness, which is the very ocean. Yeah? Mind is a particular function of consciousness. When we perceive through senses, we say this is the mind that perceives. I am looking at you. So that which looks through the eyes, that which hears through the ears, that which smells the fragrance or foul smell, that which tastes, that aspect of our consciousness, which through the five senses, smell, taste, touch, sight, and taste, that we call mind. Yeah.
Jonathan is asking, is being conscious and having consciousness the same thing?
It's just playing on words. It's two different things. Being conscious, we attribute to being alert, being not oblivious to the perceptual field, right? Perceptual arena. But consciousness is that which is there, which can never be destroyed, which can never be changed. It's the summum bonum of creation.
Rima is asking, Gurudev, we can experience our mind as thoughts and feelings. How do we experience consciousness?
The experiencer is the consciousness. Who is experiencing? That is consciousness. If the waves are there, the waves cannot be there without the ocean. The ocean is consciousness, and the waves are the perceptual ability, thinking ability, and all those various faculties that we experience in life. Those are all just the fringe. Consciousness is the very basis. You cannot get out of the consciousness like you can't get out of the space. Can you get out of the space? Impossible. Even if you want, you can't get out of the space. Similarly, you are in an ocean of consciousness. In fact, the entire existence is full of consciousness, is of consciousness. So you can't get out of it.
That was the video I was watching with Swami. I just had a thought, but I was trying to work it out, but I couldn't think about it and listen at the same time. But I think he kind of brought it up on me about the five senses and how consciousness and the mind, basically. He hasn't really made his point whether the consciousness, I think, is separate yet. I don't think I heard that part yet, so I guess I'll wait until that before I make a comment, even though I already have.
How do you experience it? When all other experience subdues, then what remains is the pure consciousness, which we call it Satori, Nirvana, emptiness, Moksha, all the different names are attributed to it, where you feel you are, yet you are not.
Namrata is asking, when I know I am not this mind, why am I still ruled by it?
Ruled by it. I was trying to answer that from all the things that I've learned. And technically, I would assume he would say that you're not ruled by it. It is because it is in a sense you, but you're just unaware that it is you in a way. Because of your true self illuminates everything that you think.
This is the first step towards being free from the grip of mind. First is you should know, oh, I'm not this. And then realizing it is gripping you. And third stage is being a witness to it. Neither try to get out of it, nor try to indulge in it. You know, taking things as they are helps you to be a witness. Yeah, that's the next step. Then you find that, you know, the things are happening, like your mind is working. Like many times you sit and you say, oh, all these thoughts are coming in my mind. Like thoughts, imaginations, they all hover around. Ideas come and go. But you know you are not that, right? So this is a stage in life when you are blossoming towards your higher self. These are stations that you pass through.
Sumapat from Delhi University has asked, it is said that celibacy can help expand our consciousness. Is this true, Gurudev?
Celibacy happens. It is more than a practice. It is a happening when your consciousness is filled with bliss. See, when there is so much love and bliss in you, then there is no feverishness and wanting something. Celibacy is a state of fulfillment, and it is full of energy. Whereas the sense pleasures in which it is where you spend energy. When you want to be centered, you need more energy, right? More consciousness, more focus. You can see in your own life the day you have had great rest, good rest, and full of energy, then your mind is very sharp. And the day you are tired, or you have experienced various other stimuli, then all that you want to do is just fall asleep, right? So if sex is taking you towards a deeper sleep, then know that your body is recuperating. When your body is recuperated, then you know it has a lot of energy, it's ready for action. That is the time you also can go a little deep into the secret realms, the mystic realms of your being. Yeah.
Mary?
Okay, I was lost in that one. I figured he would have said that, this is something I just recently learned with Swami, is the fact that there's, was it the 4 stages? I can't remember the Hindu names of the stages, but there is equivalent to pleasure, experience, what's that that's the third one, morality, and then moksha. I remember the last one. Because pleasure, which sex falls into that, and according to what Swami said, that a psychologist says, pleasure is the smallest part of true happiness. The smallest part. You know, doing drugs or sex or whatever else that makes you happy, temporary happiness. The second part is, job, power, success in life. That gives you just a little bit more happiness. Third deals with purpose of life, meaning of life. This will give you one of the greatest happiness. But according to Swami, there are still some people who still feel a little empty even after finding a purpose or meaning in life, which is, I believe, moksha, he says, or I think Swami does say Atman, but it's to find out who am I, eternal bliss, basically. I figured maybe because when you have eternal bliss, all the rest of this three, the pleasure, the power or success, and the meaning of life does not compare to eternal bliss, the moksha. I would have figured he would have said that, but I definitely have to watch all these questions. I've been pretty much lost for the most part.
And many
So
other
it's,
college
sorry. So it's definitely a video I have to watch again to hopefully understand.
students have asked this question. How do I stop my mind from constantly procrastinating and focus?
That's my problem.
Well, I don't want to give you another technique and burden you with that. What if you don't, if you don't do the technique and you procrastinate on the technique also? Huh? Never mind. If you want to procrastinate, okay, go ahead. See how long you can do it. At some point you will wake up and say, oh, no more. Till then, postpone everything as much as you can. You will see. But the interesting thing is, if you are upset, if you are angry, you don't want to postpone, you don't want to procrastinate. What do you procrastinate with? All good things. Something creative, you will procrastinate. You want to learn something, you procrastinate. You want to clean up everything at home, then you'll say, okay, no, I will do it tomorrow. But if you are hungry, do you procrastinate? No. If you are angry, do you procrastinate? No. Right? If you are hurt, if someone insults you, do you procrastinate to hurl them an insult back? No. Right? Just think about this.
As far to me, that sounds like you're saying that anger is a very strong driving force in people. I mean, it is true. I don't easily get insulted, so I don't ever hurl insults back. But yeah, definitely the hunger part, though. I do not procrastinate that. I mean, I do procrastinate. I was hoping he would come up with an. I mean, I wish he would provide the tools. That way, at the very least, that it could help people not procrastinate a little bit. I was honestly eager and waiting on an answer, but I guess he kind of did in a sense by giving you an answer by the means of a question. But okay, I mean, I guess that's something you definitely have to think about. Basically, anger is a good driving force to not procrastinate. And why do you not procrastinate in that? I don't know.
Nirbhay is asking, what is stopping us from getting in touch with our own consciousness, and how do we overcome it?
Distractions, thought, the world, external forces, the lack of knowledge that you should be searching within yourself.
Say that again.
What is stopping us from getting in touch with our own consciousness?
Distractions in the outside
And
world.
becoming one with it, and how do we overcome this?
Meditate.
Yeah, it is just lack of awareness. You don't have to do anything to realize you are part of the universal consciousness. In fact, this is the crux of that issue is that you don't need to do anything, just drop everything, including wanting to do something has to be dropped. When you drop all that that you are craving and all that you are averse to, and you relax, you are right there. My dear, you are in your goal anyway, you are already there. You simply have to let go and let be. Yeah? That's when meditation will come to you as a big help. Meditation is the biggest tool here, the most effective tool for you to be who you really are.
Daniel is asking, what happens to our mind and consciousness when we die?
Sorry, I hope you don't mind, but I like to try to answer these questions just to see if I'm anywhere near the ballpark of what he would say. It's like a test for me. I like testing myself, my abilities, and everything else. Clearly not my physical abilities, but that's a different story. So from what I've learned, from the egg video that I've reacted to, is we all go back, well, we're all this one consciousness anyway. Our bodies will go back to the earth. We'll go back to the earth and go back into the plants, the animals, and it's a big circle of life thing. The consciousness. So I didn't really learn very much of the karma and rebirth. That hasn't been requested in the video, so I'm not too sure. Although there's been some talk. So basically, I guess the most recent one's the last Swami video, which I just did. It did talk about, well, he did kind of touch up on that, where based on your past life, depends on whether you're suffering in your new life or not, or maybe how you become. And I guess you get reincarnated in that body. But also, the fact that all consciousness, all beings are you, or me, but not both. So it's either you or me, but neither one is, but it's not both. So basically we're all one consciousness, so that is actually an interesting question. It goes to the collective consciousness?
Have you studied physics? Do you know law of thermodynamics? Energy can never be destroyed nor can be created, right? You know that, right? Do you believe in it? It's a fact, whether you believe it or not. In the same way, our consciousness can never be destroyed. Can never be destroyed. Yeah, the impressions that has come in the consciousness as memories can be erased, and that happens through all the spiritual practices, meditation, Sudarshan Kriya. You see, mind goes completely blank, right? After you do the Kriya, you feel such stillness in the mind. So these practices, all this would help you to get rid of the impressions in the consciousness. But consciousness stays, and nothing can happen to it. Nothing whatsoever. Like, just take this one thing. Consciousness is like the space. Your mind is like a cloud, but you are like the sky. So even the thoughts are moving, the mind is moving. It's only in the foreground. In the background, you are the space. If you can just keep this in your awareness, you close your eyes and feel you are the big space behind you, in front of you, all over, and you'll suddenly find that all that thing that was restricting you, that your identity, that your body or your set of thoughts or ideas would simply vanish. Then a new dimension starts opening within you. I'm sure many of you have experienced time and again, now and then, here and there. You definitely had that glimpse of, I am nothing, I am much more than what I think I am. Yeah?
I will say, maybe in two instances, one when I was younger, maybe, and then one when I was watching a Mojiji video and I was reacting to it, where it was just pure blankness, nothing, a void. I wouldn't tell you for sure whether I experienced that or not, because I don't know what that is. It's kind of like if you've never been in a car and you look around, you don't know what a car is, then you wouldn't know what to point out as a car, even though you've looked at a car. It's kind of like that for me. I guess that might be a decent example. Or if you don't know what a pen is, but you look around a table and you see a whole bunch of pens, but you don't know it's a pen, so you don't know that you've seen a pen, kind of deal. So I assume I maybe have experienced that, like, again, maybe two instances of my life, and it's very difficult. I don't know how in the world I got to that point, but thought I'd just say that.
Isn't it a lot of fun? If you have not experienced, know that you can anytime and meditate, go deep in silence. Few days of silence is good, and drop all that the past luggage, garbage we have been carrying, you know. Just drop them. See the entire past as a dream. That's a way to snap out of the past, you know. See it as a dream. When you wake up and had a nice hot cup of tea, what do? You don't hang over with the dream that you had, right? Dream is gone. In the same way, if you say bye to all the memories of the past and be here and now, something phenomenal happens inside of you. Yeah, I know this. It is simple. It's not it's not too difficult at all.
I will say, this is something I've said in a few other videos. Like, it is really simple in a sense, in theory, I guess, but in practice, it just seems so difficult. Because I think I understand what it's saying. I do believe that, you know, you just have to. I've seen a few other people talking about how there's no past, there's no future, there's only the here and now, there's only ever the here and now, which I do understand. But there is, past is a memory. It's not an experience that you can ever experience again. It's only ever in the memory. But to just simply think of nothing and just sit calmly, so easy. But what makes it so difficult is I think most people's minds are just racing with what I gotta do tomorrow. What did I do in the past? Did I do this right in my job? When I go in tomorrow, do I have to do this? It's just the mind's constantly always racing, always the distraction. And it's, again, so simple. Just think of nothing, but yet so difficult.
But you have to remind yourself in the beginning, several times, see the entire past as a dream. And know that the future could be a dream like that. And question the present, is it a dream? The days you are very happy, you always say that, am I dreaming or is this reality? Is it true? You know, when you're very excited, when you're very happy, you question the reality of the present. You wonder whether it's a dream or it's reality, right? That's your true state.
Sunil is asking, Gurudev, when you say that events happen in the subtle before they manifest in the gross, what does this really mean?
Oh, I have no context in that one. And the subtle and the gross. What's the gross? Gross as in like it's nasty or something else? Hopefully I get context here.
It's like a movie is already shot, but when it is playing, it appears to be happening at right that moment, right? I think there are many scientists have spoken about that there is that time lapse in our mind, in our consciousness, before things happen, and the memory of it, or premonition about it, yeah. Well, let me give you another another example.
I am lost.
When you're flying, you see down below, a car is moving on a highway. The car can only see up to certain distance. A person driving a car can only see a few hundred meters in front of him, right? But the one who is above can see the entire road, where it leads, how it goes. In the same way, the higher we go in our consciousness, rather, when the more expanded attention of our own consciousness starts happening within us, then you see the past, the present, the future, all as happening. It's very interesting to see from that angle, yeah.
Okay, I get what he's saying about the VHS tape, but that to me would signal that it's a predetermined path. Because no matter how many times you fast forward or rewind a VHS tape, everything will play as is and nothing will change. And same with the plane. If you're the car, you are only ever seeing what you can see. But what's in the plane can see the predetermined path, because a road will not change on the WIMP before it needs to go. All the road has already been laid out. So that's what I'm getting from what he said there. That basically everything's a predetermined path. You can see all the roads behind you. You can see all the roads in front of you. The car can only see, what's around it, and the airplane can see well behind the past, like you're saying, the future, the present, which is where the car is at, and the future, which is the road ahead. But by making this analogies, I'm getting that your past and future and present are all predetermined, though.
Deborah Grossoni has asked, how do we know when to act on our intuition? Should practicality come first or intuition?
Some people have acted in intuition and were right. Some people acted in intuition and were wrong. It's almost like a flip of the coin at that point.
This you should do. Trial and error method only will make that, because there is no criteria to know whether it's your imagination or it's true intuition. Intuition means that never goes wrong, right? If it goes wrong, it doesn't happen the way you had that intuition, then it was never an intuition to begin with. So you have to see that if you are not feverish, but you are sensitive, you have this gut feeling, then that is intuition. Yeah? But again, there is no criteria, because you are not just a very calm, serene state all the time. You go through a lot of ups and downs. You have wants, likes and dislikes. All these may color your the so-called your thoughts or your ideas, your feelings. So for your intuition to be really clear, you need to meditate, you need to have that serene state of mind. Then clarity comes. Yeah?
Okay. I mean, some people, I guess, have difficulty. I would assume that some people can't exactly, walk around and meditate at the same time. Osho said that he could. He's meditating and walking around. Like I don't know how many people can do that. That would be remarkable to be. Well, I guess maybe Sadhguru had said that too. But to always be in a bliss state, in a sense, a meditative state, and sometimes like people who are not masters of meditation, who will have to sit and take time to meditate on things. Gut feelings are generally something that you need to do immediately. Like it's like, oh, this is wrong, I shouldn't do it. Sometimes, but well, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, and yeah, your gut feeling, your feelings will get influenced by the distractions of the world, influenced by it, and meditation should clear that up. But if you have time to meditate, then yeah, you should definitely think about things. But usually, when you have gut feelings or intuition about things, sometimes it's usually in the moment type of deal. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. Probably.
So you should you should walk somewhere in between the practicality and your gut feeling. Till you are so sure about all your gut feelings, and it is really happening the way you want things, to happen. You need to do the trial and error.
I could probably tell you now, it's going to be like a flip of the coin at that point. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. I guess some people may get lucky and their gut feelings are right most of the time, but it's never always going to be right. Now, let me know someone who has always gotten their gut feeling right, then keep on keeping on. For
But
sure.
as I said, walk the middle path. What's that? Practicality and the gut feeling, both.
Pramod has asked, if our consciousness is so powerful, then why does our little mind control us our whole lives?
It appears to be like that. And the mind is also part of the consciousness. Our little mind is not different entity. It has no existence of its own. It's part of the consciousness only.
I understood that. Again, from the Swami video that I watched, Atman is everything. He said that the body is part of the Atman, the part of the consciousness, the mind, the eyes, your senses, your thoughts, everything is part of the Atman. Everything that you experience, even including the objects and all that, is part of the Atman. Although whenever Swami was pointing out the objects of the Atman, he was saying, man, woman, dog. But I was wondering if that included like inanimate objects. I've not heard anyone say that, even though he says everything. Well, I guess it might include everything, because when he gave the example of the dream, everything in the dream, even the objects, inanimate objects, are part of the dream, part of your mind. So I just wanted him to confirm the fact that objects in this physical realm is part of the consciousness as well, along with the flu, the viruses, or whatever else, microorganisms and stuff.
Can we take one more question?
Yeah, one more.
जब हम सब एक ही तत्व से बने हैं, तो हम सब में इतना difference क्यों?
I'm sorry.
परमात्मा से अलग क्यों हो गए?
I thought he was saying the dude's name. Let me rewind that. Sorry.
जब हम सब एक ही तत्व से बने हैं, तो हम सब में इतना difference क्यों? हम परमात्मा से अलग क्यों हो गए?
अलग कहाँ हुए भाई? परमात्मा से अलग कोई हो ही नहीं सकता। आकाश से कभी तुम अलग हो सकते हो क्या? नहीं। एक घट में तुमने घट बना के उसके अंदर आकाश को तुमने ट्रैप कर लिया, मान लो। अब ये कहोगे कि आकाश ट्रैप हो गया या अलग हो गया? अलग कहाँ हुआ? लगता है अलग, मगर है नहीं। जैसे मृग मरीचिका होती है ना, मिराज, लगता है वो है, पानी जैसे लगता है, दिखता है, मगर है नहीं। ऐसे ही ये सब भ्रम है, भ्रमात्मक है। परमात्मा से कभी अलग हुए ही नहीं, हो नहीं सकते। विश्राम करोगे, परमात्मा यही है, अभी है। दो ही बात है, हाँ? निर्विकारता और विश्राम। विकार माने क्या? ज्वर से पीड़ित हो जाना। ज्वर माने बुखार नहीं, शरीर का बुखार नहीं, मन में इच्छा हो, काम हो, क्रोध हो, लोभ हो, ये सब भावनाएं, नकारात्मक भावनाएं हो, या बहुत स्ट्रांग किसी तरह से राग या द्वेष हो, ये सब चीज़ों से हमारी दृष्टि धूमिल हो जाती है। आप एक छोटी सी रेत का कण मान लो, आंख में चला गया, धूल, छोटा सा एक धूल का कण आंख में चला गया, तो बड़ा आसमान भी नजर, वो आसमान को ओझल कर देता है वो। इसमें ये तो नहीं कह सकते हो ये धूल का कण आसमान से भी बहुत बड़ा है। बड़ा नहीं है, ऐसा लगता है। क्यों? मन छोटी छोटी बातों में मन फंस गया हो तो। मगर वो कहाँ तक फंसा रहेगा भाई? देर अबेर मन को लगेगा, अरे भाई छोड़ ये सब, क्या है, मैं कहाँ फंस गया। ऐसे अपने आप उसको समझ में आ जाएगा, आता ही है। तभी ये प्रश्न भी तभी उठा कि थक गए, कुछ कर के सोच सोच के, चाह करके। चाह तुमको थका देती है, और चाह मरी, चिंता मरी, तो तुम पाओगे यही है, परमात्मा हमारे भीतर है। बहुत अच्छा।
Thank you, Gurudev, for that wonderful session and enlightening session. Our viewers can stay tuned for the next AGA this coming Thursday. You can drop your topics of choice in the comment section below. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's really cool. Huh. This is my first video of ever reacting to this person. Gurudev. I believe that's maybe it's yeah Gurudev. I'll call him Gurudev. So I'm still trying to understand how he talks. It's a little confusing at first, but towards the middle, I'll start to understand him a little bit more. I'm trying to go in my past understanding with Osho, Sadhguru, Swami, Krishnamurti, and all that to better understand what he's trying to say. So, this is my first video of his. It's a bit confused at first, like I said, but I'm starting to understand him a little bit. I wonder if he's just shy or something. He gets a little stage shy or something, I don't know. But, interesting nonetheless. I hope to include him into my reaction as well, because I definitely want to hear more of his opinions and stuff. And I love the question and answers, because these are a little bit more direct in terms of trying to find an answer to things, as opposed to just, well, I don't know. I mean, you watch a video that's dedicated to a subject matter, but this one touches on many of them. Anyways, that's my reaction to Gurudev. Anything on mind and consciousness? If you like my reaction, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.